Over the last 5 years alone, Escape to the Country has embarked on more than 300 property hunts.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about.
In that time, we've explored every rural corner of Britain and presented over 1,000 beautiful country homes.
Oh, my goodness!
We've been bowled over by character.
Excuse me while I take my jaw off the floor.
Blown away by breathtaking views.
Oh, that is incredible.
And made many a dream come true.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, I want to buy it now, please.
We're putting an offer in, and that's it.
Whether pint-sized...
Wow. I think it's really cute, yeah.
...or palatial...
Come on into this.
My bad.
Traditional or contemporary...
Wow, this is what dreams are made of.
This special themed series celebrates the very best of those property journeys.
Is this the dream? It is, isn't it? I'm completely blown away.
Oh, can't move it in.
Can you imagine living here?
Yeah, I think you probably could.
You're not going to beat this one.
Oh, really?
No.
So, join us as we look back at some of our greatest escapes to the country. The motivation for many an escape to the country move is simply the need to get away from it all. But just how far would you be prepared to go to relocate permanently? Today, we're looking at some of the most remote properties we've featured, and we're starting with the 2016 journey in Yorkshire. I was with Steve from the Surrey commuter belt, who was looking to rediscover his roots and fulfil his dream of privacy and isolation in the place where he was born and bred. Steve was working with a budget of £500,000 and younger brother Richard was on the journey with him to the North Yorkshire village of Elslack. So, gentlemen, we have our next house with the most amazing view.
That's
What a stunning position.
That's one heck of a swimming pool.
Have we surprised you?
You certainly have.
This used to be the reservoir manager's house.
Oh, I see.
The reservoir was built in the 1920s. It's been decommissioned. So apart from the local fishermen that come, you only really have sheep as your neighbours here.
Yes, that's good.
Wow.
What sort of score would you give it?
9 out of 10.
Would you?
I think I'd be about there as well.
Would you?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Very promising. Let's see if the house is going to continue on that theme.
Let's.
Okay, let's go.
Originally built by Yorkshire Water, the current owners have renovated and extended this detached residence. An entrance at the far end of the drive takes us through a hall and into the country kitchen, opening into a garden room.
This is nice. Look at that cooker.
Oh, it's bright.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
You've got your range,
One of the things was a range, anyway,
Oh.
but absolutely.
but that view at the end,
That's what I'm waiting to see.
this modern extension, which I think makes the downstairs of this property.
If this was going to be my house, I would spend most of my time in here, I think.
How would you feel living here with no neighbours?
Very happy indeed.
Would you?
Absolutely. To come here for this tranquility and the peace would be pretty near perfect.
Knowing Steve as well as I do, I think this is impressing him to the max right now. And I could see him definitely living here.
Right, well, let's
have to see the
hope the rest deliver.
Indeed.
No pressure then, but I have every confidence in the rest of the ground floor, where back from the entrance hall we find a classic reception room next to the kitchen. So here is your sitting room, again being built, so you have these magnificent views.
That's something, isn't
That
it?
is a view to die for.
Yeah. And then next door to this you've got another sitting room, again with that aspect. Still liking what we're seeing?
Very much so. Yeah, so far.
Yeah? OK. All right. On that winning note, we'll continue.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Thank you, Rich. Right.
All good so far, and I'm not expecting the upstairs to disappoint, with this house delivering 3 good-sized doubles, all served by a family bathroom and separate WC. A guest room above the kitchen enjoys double aspect windows, whilst another above the ground floor office has those splendid reservoir views. As does bedroom number 3, a very well positioned master.
Wow. You just can't get away from that view.
I know.
You wouldn't want to get away from that view.
Always look this way with this house for that reason.
Yeah.
It is quite something.
It's stunning.
This former reservoir manager's house keeps on delivering, and outside there's all the splendid isolation Steve could long for, with an extensive 1 3/4 acres of grounds. A garage sits next to the house, whilst at the edge of the plot, a disused works building has current planning permission to be turned into a 1-bedroom holiday dwelling. How much would you say this house is on the market for?
490. I was going to go with 485.
Gosh, you're both very close. The asking price is £495,000.
Very close. That's really good news. This is quite unique.
It is.
I mean, it's not just the home, it's where the home is.
This one was certainly away from civilization, but all the birds, wildlife and of course the sheep would have offered some sort of company in this standout rural location. There's no doubt that a move from the hustle and bustle of a big city to the tranquility of the countryside is a huge step. But it's the leap of faith Fergus and Graham were willing to make when they cashed in on their property in South London for a new life in England's northernmost county. They were house hunting with Alistair Appleton in 2017 and were pleasantly surprised to find what rural Northumberland could deliver. On a budget of £475,000, they were also hoping to develop a holiday let for paying guests. The second property in Alistair's lineup was in the hamlet of Redpath.
Oh, house number 2.
Wow, can I say wow lots of
You
times?
said it 3 times. That's great.
Great. Here comes the fourth. Wow.
This is a
love
lovely
it.
house.
This is a beautiful house.
So not the edge of a village, we're a little bit more remote. The core of the building goes back to the 1800s. It's actually, it would have been 3 agricultural workers' families lived on each floor.
Wow.
Big plot, just under an acre, 0.8 of an acre. Big double garage for your workshop. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not all. Follow me. Not only am I showing them the stone-built house they've asked for, but it also comes with a pretty stone holiday cottage, or bothy, which is just opposite the house. Come on in. They've kept it very, very simple, which I think is a good thing. It's just a bedroom and a little ensuite through here.
Wonderful. Stunning. I love it.
Holiday let sorted, now back across the lane to the main house, which was extended in the 1980s and is laid out over 3 levels. We're starting on the ground floor, where there's a dining room and drawing room at the front and a kitchen with utility at the back. Come into the kitchen first of all.
Triple wow.
Triple wow!
Triple wow. Good space. Great space, isn't it? Look at the view as well.
Not usually lost for words, but this is gorgeous.
So the layout is very lovely here because you've got a beautiful front room, nice and sunny, because it's south facing, the sun comes in that side.
Yeah.
And then the dining room on the other side. Upstairs we've got 2 bedrooms. This is a 3-storey house.
So we've got another story beneath us.
She's on the ball.
Hi.
Up on the first floor, the bright master bedroom has its own stylish ensuite shower room, and there's a beautifully finished bathroom for the second bedroom, also a double. Down on the lower ground floor, there's a third, smaller bedroom with a neighbouring shower room, and there's a study next door. In addition, there's a rather large, impressive sitting room.
Wow.
Look at this.
Fantastic.
Aladdin's Cave, isn't it?
Yes.
A wonderful building, lovely house. And 3 levels makes it much more interesting, and they use the space so fantastically well.
And one nice feature is that you can go straight into the garden from here.
That's good.
Outside, there's a large terrace, a summer house, a bordered lawn, and of course the views Fergus spotted earlier. What do you think it's on the market for?
475. I think it's right on our budget, if not above.
I think I'll go for 500.
Graham is a little closer. It's on at 495.
Not surprising.
So £495,000. But the owners are keen to move and they're willing to take an offer.
Right. Yeah, I'm overcome with excitement.
A beautiful property in a lovely location and with a boutique bothy to boot. Our buyers snapped up this property and made a complete U-turn on their former life in South London. Tastes and styles in interior design may change with the times, but one thing that never goes out of fashion is a house with a beautiful far-reaching view.
You wanted views? Ta-da!
OMG.
The best unspoilt vistas can really test our house hunters' commitment to living a truly rural existence.
This is your mystery house.
Wow.
Quite remote.
Yes, yes.
Although community is important, so is a little privacy, and we've often found that in the protected landscapes of our national parks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's breathtaking, isn't it?
That's why we love the Wye Valley.
Yeah.
When there's mystery houses, they very rarely come with a view like this.
It's got its own little waterfall.
Yeah. In Wales, we've had rooms with country views, plus windows that look out over water.
That's the aspect that I think makes this house so special.
That is really cool.
That is, yeah.
Scotland rarely fails to serve up dramatic panoramas.
Yeah, out of this world. I could sit here and look at this for hours on end.
Stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow, look at this. I love it. Can I have it?
Of course you can.
And sometimes when it comes to the dream view, well, there are simply no words.
I'm keen on hearing your first impressions for the house, but the reason we're here is this.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Very special.
From our experience, if you're looking to avoid the crowds, the Scottish countryside takes some beating, and that's precisely where buyers Sully and Chris set their sights, having spent 2 decades living in Brussels. With a generous £850,000 budget for a home with some business potential, they were after character and a sense of community too. But when it came to my mystery house, it was going to be one or the other. Our location was in the Scottish borders, just outside the village of Heriot. And the weather only added to the drama of the remote location.
Well, there's a surprise.
What's going through your mind, Chris? Surprise?
Well, it's what I think is going through Sully's mind, that it's very isolated.
I can't get over the crowds of people I've got around me here.
A wonderful aspect with its own lake. I like the doorway. I like the arch very much.
It is rather damp. Shall we step inside?
Yeah.
Although they seem anxious about the location, I'm hoping the remarkable house will deliver on the character they were after. With a unique layout in the shape of a W, it was built in 1935 by a local mill owner. We're starting our tour in the triangular hallway and heading for the main reception rooms.
The hall we've just walked through and this are clearly designed to be interesting and have different shapes. And the views here are probably the best views we've seen.
It's very difficult to say anything about it until you see the rest of the house. On its own, it's quite a nice room. It depends what other rooms are available, really.
OK. All the rooms on this floor fan off the hallway and include another large sitting room, a study and a cosy snug. We're heading across the hallway to the heart of the home.
It's a big kitchen, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
A somewhat muted response so far, but this mystery house comes with a bonus feature downstairs, a ready-made option for their hospitality business.
We do have bedrooms upstairs, but this has a very large ensuite downstairs. But you've also got a downstairs cloakroom and a downstairs bathroom, which serves the other bedroom.
Right. It's great to have a bedroom downstairs.
Yes, that's true.
Above us, there's a long, bright galleried landing, which is really a room in itself and plays host to a further 3 bedrooms. Having taken in the magnitude of the mystery property, it's time to explore the grounds and far-reaching outlook. There's a terrace lawn leading down from the house, and beyond that is a trout pond. You've also got an additional 11 acres.
Oh, gosh.
It's quite a lot.
It is.
Well, you've done very well. You've done extremely well. I'm not so sure about the location for me, though.
That's what you're struggling with, isn't it? Because it is a beautiful home. We're going to try and put a price on our mystery house.
600.
OK. Suli?
650.
OK, well, the asking price is offers over £575,000.
All right. OK.
Despite a price tag hugely under budget, this off-the-beaten-track property sadly didn't work its magic on our buyers. But I'm sure the incredible 11-acre plot, complete with its unique, handsome home, would have been just the ticket for the right house hunter. The idea of a simple life in the countryside with a close-knit community nearby is a beguiling one. And that's what Julie and Scott from Surrey were after when planning their escape to the Welsh borders. With a budget of £620,000, Julie was imagining something a bit magical, just not too isolated. They made their way to the hamlet of Tregoed in Powys, on the edge of the Brecon Beacons National Park, where Sonali Shah revealed a barn conversion.
Your eyes are going that way.
Scott's going that way. I'm going to go.
But the mystery house.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Is there.
That looks stunning from the outside. I'm a bit lost for words.
Are you really?
Yeah. I love that huge, great window going on there.
Can you see why it's a mystery?
There doesn't seem much else around apart from absolutely amazing scenery over there.
You don't mind being rural, do you?
No, I don't mind at all.
So now we have to see if you like the house.
Yes.
Can we convert you to a more rural existence?
I'm nearly,
You're
nearly there now, yeah.
Did you hear that? I think you're winning, aren't you?
Dating from the 17th century, this detached mystery stone barn conversion has been recently refurbished. Hopefully the interior will persuade Julie that country living has its benefits.
A step down into here.
Oh my goodness, look at this, Scott.
That's wonderful.
Oh, it's a curvy kitchen.
Have you ever seen a curvy kitchen?
Look at that, that's beautiful. That'll be so good to work in. I love it. Do you?
Gobsmacked. Gobsmacked.
It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the sort of flow of the kitchen and this lovely area here and dining table, and it's going out to where you want it to go out to, and you can look out there. It's beautiful.
My favourite part of this room is that oak door.
Yes. I was just going to say the same thing.
Should we go and see where it leads to?
Yes.
Let's look.
You have an extra living room area.
Wow, this is gorgeous too. It's got a wood burner too.
This is lovely.
Of course.
Oh.
And I don't know if you've spotted, but it then goes down further into a study.
How brilliant. It's got everything, hasn't it?
The 4 bedrooms are served by a beautiful bathroom and a smaller shower room. This is next to a bedroom with the added feature of a small balcony over the living room. The landing makes a handy sleeping area, and up a few stairs, we're checking out the one earmarked for them.
Oh, goodness me.
A sizable master suite.
Yeah, oh, wow.
That's huge.
Takes your breath away.
And those windows.
And that view. And there's no one overlooking you, is there? It's, wow.
Just the clouds. Just the clouds.
Maybe I don't mind being as rural as I thought I did, because if this is the result, then I could do this, I think.
Much of the magic of this mystery house comes from its location. Surrounded by stunning scenery, there are outbuildings, including a garage with land, which could enable our buyers to fulfil their business dreams.
You're standing in what would be your land, about an acre, just over.
It's amazing. The backdrop of that is amazing.
Yeah, it does take your breath away, doesn't it? I think it will be our top budget because I love it so much. I'm going to go £620,000.
625,000.
Okay.
It is on the market for £615,000.
Okay.
So...
I was the winner.
Well, the family's a winner if you choose to move in.
615.
The serene location of this property casts its spell within seconds, and they were both sold on this home from the moment they saw it. At the heart of every property search is unearthing that dream home for our buyers. The chance to discover pastures new is also a top priority.
This is many people's ideal escape.
On Escape to the Country, we found that sometimes it pays to be in the middle of nowhere.
What a place to work, the National Park in Snowdonia.
Tranquil inland waterways have offered one way of escaping the crowds.
Wonderful countryside here.
And revealed spectacular views.
Good day for it.
Perfect.
As well as new skills.
Oh, you got a fish, got a fish. OK, just raise the rod now.
Raise the rod.
And we've got it! We've got a lovely fish!
Thanks, Coach.
Though some had more success than others.
I'm in a tree! That's OK. Where? No. Oh, yeah.
Out at sea, we've descended to hidden depths.
Should we have a go?
Let's do it.
Going in.
Sometimes in search of sustenance.
There's a given size. No, he's not. There's a millimetre in it. It's only a millimetre. Drop him over the side.
You joking?
No. Drop him in the sea.
Cheerio, Derek.
Knowing how to survive if we get lost has revealed secluded spots on land too.
Here we go, there's a lovely patch of wild spinach.
Oh, wow. The
Can you smell it already coming through?
Just gorgeous, yeah.
And introduced us to the people living in harmony with their surroundings.
The landscape is food, so long as you know what you're doing.
My first ever picked mushroom.
Congratulations.
And throughout our travels, I've learnt that no matter how far you stray,
This is exciting.
there are always markers to guide you back home.
Brilliant. It looks amazing. And if you're escaping to the country, you have no excuse getting lost here in Dorset.
There's a widely held consensus that access to the green open spaces of the countryside can have a beneficial impact on mental health. Hoping to test that theory were Stephen and Katie, who were after acreage for both them and some rescue donkeys. And what could be a better fit with our green and pleasant land than a striking greenhouse? Property shopping with a budget of £700,000, our buyers were led by Jules Hudson to the final location, a mile from the North Yorkshire village of Giggleswick.
Look at the surroundings here. It's absolutely stunning. And that is our mystery house.
That is a vision, Jules.
Looks like a Swiss chalet.
It was built in 1904 by the wealthy aunt of a local farmer, but she'd spent a lot of time in India. So she replicated a colonial building.
It does have that look.
Here in Yorkshire.
It is, without doubt, the prettiest approach and the prettiest property in the best area.
Now, to get there, let's go for another hike this way. Come on.
Okay.
In 1926, the original owner gifted this property to the local school, which owns much of the surrounding land. It was sold to the current owner in 2004. Over time, the house has been sympathetically renovated and restored, and it remains bursting with character.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. So there's a separate dining room in there.
Yeah.
Okay, but that will become relevant in a minute. And then this is the very, I think, quirky kitchen diner.
It's actually bigger than I thought from the outside. I thought the rooms might be quite small.
Yeah.
But no, it's really nice and light and quite spacious, really.
It's all in keeping, isn't it? It's in period.
It absolutely is.
There is the odd bits and pieces you'd want to do, but actually there's not a lot I would change initially.
I always think you can change a kitchen or you can change a bathroom, but you can't change a location, so I'm not worried about that.
Well said. Brilliant. Right, let's continue through here. Now, this room's really sweet, I think, because, again, you've got double doors out onto the veranda and the views, of course, fireplace. That door there takes you back round to the hallway. Okay. So it has a lovely sort of circular flow to it. None of the rooms are massive, to be fair.
The views speak for themselves. And then it's just a practical room, you know, everything we would want would fit in.
Upstairs there are 4 bedrooms, all on the cosier side, but with original features like timber floors and fireplaces. There's also a bathroom and separate shower room.
So this is the master because it's the biggest, obviously.
This, for me, is one room I wish was slightly bigger, I would say.
It's a little bit dark because the windows are quite small,
Yeah.
but I think the size is OK. I think it's more spacious than I thought it would be.
I think if you described this style to me, if I read it, I'd never come here, because, as I say, the colours are everywhere, but it really works.
To the back of the property is a pretty patio area constructed from black limestone. Mature gardens surround the house, and for the donkeys, we've dialed back a bit on the land. They'd have a plot of just over 2 acres to enjoy, which runs from the back of the property and up to the woodland beyond. There's also a stone barn, currently home to 2 ponies and some hens.
Well, Katie, you said in the house that you could change bathrooms, you can change kitchens, but you can't change the location. And my mind just comes back to where we are and what we're looking at. It is absolutely sensational, isn't it?
It is. It's like being in the Grand Canyon, I think, but better, greener.
Let's think about how much our mystery house is going to cost you then.
So, I'm going to try £750,000.
£750,000, OK.
Definitely over budget, but around 740,000.
Let me make this then very easy for you. This could be yours for £650,000.
No!
Yes!
Yes!
No way!
Happy?
Yeah.
Yes!
I think they might have just sealed the deal.
Katie and Stephen had an offer accepted on this lovely home, and I've every faith that this stunning pocket of Yorkshire will continue to charm them and their donkeys for many years to come. I'm sure many of us have felt like jumping off the treadmill at times and escaping the rat race. That rural dream is framed by the wonderful scenery we're blessed with in this country. And what we found during our escape journeys is that the deeper into the countryside we delve, the more beautiful it gets. If you would like to escape to the country or even your perfect town, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.